Ward from the Grantham Research Institute on Climate Change and the Environment at the London School of Economics. Bob, good evening. Welcome again back to the programme.
Good evening.
I know you've heard what I've just said. Given that we will be using gas and we will be using some coal in steel production and things like that, and given that the vast majority of our cars and vans run on petrol and diesel, wouldn't it make more sense in a dangerous world and actually reduce global CO2 emissions if we became self-sufficient in these energies?
Well, let's, for the moment, pretend that air pollution and climate change don't exist and just look at the case for whether we could become self-sufficient on fossil fuels. If you look at the analyses, it's simply not true that we can become self-sufficient on fossil fuels. The North Sea is a mature basin. The production of oil and gas is going down, even though the official government policy is maximizing economic recovery. So we're pumping as much as we can at the moment. Some want us to frack to get shale gas and say it was a terrible mistake to have introduced the moratorium in 2019. Well, if we hadn't had the moratorium and we went ahead and production went along the lines of the most optimistic scenarios by the industry, at the moment, this year, we would produce perhaps 1.6 billion cubic meters of natural gas from shale gas. Now, that sounds like a lot, but that's less than 2.5% of our annual consumption. So it really wouldn't make much difference to our security or indeed to energy bills. So if we can frack, if we can get shale gas out of the ground safely, so that, and with community support, I'd be in favour of it because it has a lower carbon footprint than shipping it in from the United States and Qatar. But at the moment, the problem with fracking here is that the places where they've tried it, it's caused small amounts of earth tremors, and there's no guarantee that they couldn't cause bigger tremors, and people just don't want to take that risk at the moment.